228, Truck 6, Truck 3, Battalion 3, and the on-call inspector. 2303 West 46th Street, number 208.
I'm Division Chief Luke Smith, and welcome to Sioux Falls Fire. On this episode, we'll be talking with Chief Matt McAravey about the status of Sioux Falls Fire Rescue, speaking about things that happened in 2025 and going into 2026. We'll be working with Sioux Falls Fire Prevention and taking a deep dive into their puppet show that they show elementary school kids, going over topics as stop, drop, and roll, and what to do when your smoke detectors go off. Lastly, we'll be working with some of the crews to see what types of trainings they do during these colder months and what things that they're training for the future as we go into 2026. All this and more on Sioux Falls Fire.
Hello, my name is John Elvey with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. I'm a captain on the hazmat team at Station 2. We're out here with the CST team, the Civil Support Team. They're the 82nd out of Rapid City, Ellsworth Air Force Base. So what we've got behind us here is we've got a couple chlorine kits that we're using to help train, and then also working with these guys to see their capabilities and how they would mesh with us if there was a real big incident in Sioux Falls. So yeah, like once a year, twice a year, they try to come across the state to work with our capabilities and how do they integrate into our system and how we'd integrate into them. So we're out here doing some training with these guys in the hazmat program. It's CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive, I believe is what that stands for. They come across to help integrate into that, to make sure our capabilities match up. It's always good to work with our partners on the west side. The CST team does a good job of working with individual communities also that don't have the same capabilities as Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. Sioux Falls Fire Rescue has a lot of capabilities. They just add to it. They've got a specialty. Like hazmat's a pretty good program in Sioux Falls, but it's kind of secondary to firefighting, right? Firefighting EMS is what Sioux Falls Fire Rescue does. These guys do this full time. They're part of the military, but not part of the military, if that makes sense. They come in regular clothes. They don't come with the fatigues or the camouflage that you would see. So they just have bigger and better equipment that we do for in case there's a big event, such as like the Super Bowl. They do stuff like that for us. They go out and do the Sturgis Rally. That would just overwhelm the capabilities of Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. So Sioux Falls Fire Rescue has a lot of capabilities, and a lot of theirs mirror them. One thing that they're different is they have a mobile lab, whereas once we get a public sample and get the public safe, they would be able to do it right on scene versus us having to send it to like Pier, where it could be days, before we get that sample back, where they could do it instantly. One difference is they have a camera that will show radiological off-put, whereas we don't have that. And we wouldn't need that in Sioux Falls. We don't have to worry about that. So they have other equipment that we wouldn't use on a daily basis.
My name is Patrick Duffy. I'm a captain with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue from Fire Station 1. We had a fire here on North Grange. As we were pulling up, we could see fire and smoke above the other structures on the way in. We did have a fully involved two-stall garage when we arrived. So I established command, and we did a fast attack with the hose lines, just with the water on our truck. We carry 500 gallons on our truck. So the next truck in pulled the hydrant to give us unlimited water supply. So we got the knockdown started as the hydrant was being hooked up. So it was no stop in operations and a continual knockdown. Yeah, challenge is fighting a fire this time of year in these cold temperatures. We have a lot of ice buildup. We do have to keep water flowing and hose lines moving just so that they don't freeze up, and then also just so people don't fall and trip, things like that, and making sure our masks don't freeze up and our regulators stay flowing air. So there are a lot of extra precautions we have to do to maintain our own safety and fight fires in this type of weather. So with these garage fires, a little bit different than a regular house fire due to what's stored inside garages. Commonly what's stored inside is fuel, vehicles, propane tanks, grills, so a lot of other combustibles and hazards that we're dealing with there. So there were many explosions as we were attacking the fire. Also, we want to make sure we contain these fires, so we need to make sure it doesn't jump buildings. So we had to protect multiple houses on this case and another shed behind it. So we needed to contain the fire, and also extinguish the building of origin as well. So.
Welcome back. We are sitting here with Chief Matt McAravey. How are we doing this morning, Chief?
Awesome. Thanks for
Good.
having me.
Absolutely. We're just looking. We're kind of here to discuss what 2025 looked like for the fire department. So what were some major things that came out of 2025 that you're proud of?
Yeah. I think when I look back on 2025, short of any like large-scale projects for the department, it's probably more a theme of supporting our people. I think one of the things that seems like it was years ago now, but even just the bringing forward the union contract and getting to an agreement there, certainly in light of what we were experiencing throughout the community with funding levels and that, I think it really highlighted the city's commitment and this mayor's commitment to supporting our people. The fact that we were able to bring that forward, get that in and implemented, and then as the year kind of transpired with all the challenges with looking at recalibration. So really the chance to highlight on our people. And then, as I look some of the different programs that we had to bring in for technology, obviously some of those we chose, and some of them were something that we had to evolve to, but really having a highlighted focus on, well, technology can be frustrating for a lot of our people, and that's nothing special just to the fire service, but really having a focus on what can we implement to help them do their job so that they can go out and serve the community.
What's been the keys to success through recalibration, through challenges in funding to keep the union, management, and the city all kind of on the same page, and why was getting that contract through so successful?
I think it all hinges on relationships and communications. We all live by the same set of values that any short-time goals or short-term wins that aren't a success for the community, for the city, and for our people really isn't anything that we endorse or look forward to. So the fact that we're able to be realistic in our expectations but have open conversations about, look, this is where our community's at, this is where our people are at, and coming to a consensus there. So just really a lot of communication. Certainly appreciate working with 814 leadership and the relationship that we've built there over the last decade or better.
That's awesome. You'd mentioned technology. What are some of the pieces of technology that we have started implementing in 2025 and going into 2026 that are changing?
Yep, so the ones that's probably most impactful for our team is our reporting software and then our inspection platform. So while maybe not perfect, I think that we have the team in place, both in the city operations team as well as in the leadership team for fire, to continue to refine those so that they serve our people. Because none of us joined the service in order to sit there on a computer and enter stuff into a platform, but it is essential that it helps us tell the story of what we're doing and helping us serve the community. So as much effort as we can put into refining those so that they do serve our people, the better we'll all be served.
Awesome. A couple years ago, we opened the Public Safety Centers, the PSC. How have things been going out there since opening?
Really well. It's still pretty inspiring every time that we get to go out there for a class, and as we bring in national instructors, when they get to see that, they really take a chance to highlight just how fortunate we are being public servants, being public safety officials in a city that supports us like that. So it is. It's cool, and then just about every time we're out there, the parking lots are full, being utilized. So it's really highlighted. Every chance we get to bring the citywide leadership team out there, it's a great opportunity for them to come out there and experience it as well.
That's great. Do you have any new recruit classes coming for 2026?
Yep. Pretty excited. Part of the recalibration, we are doing a more consolidated, what we're calling a hybrid academy. So doing that, we're bringing on the first academy, the first full week, second full week of February. They'll be out there for 10 weeks learning up on all their hazmat, fire and all that. And then those that aren't EMT certified will stay out for an additional 5 weeks to get that certification. And then with the planned opening of another station in Station 13 in 2026, we will be hosting a second academy out there as well. 2 full first class. We're looking at onboarding 18 people. So that'll be a huge lift for our training team. It's a busy time of the year, but just caught up with one of the training officers last week, and they're energized and excited. It's kind of one of the reasons that they go out there to serve, is because they get to have that huge impact. But 18 cadets for a 10-week fire academy is going to be they're going to have their hands full.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I know that team's really excelled out there, so we're super excited about that. We'll touch on Station 13 in a different episode. What else? Is there anything else coming up in 2026 that you're excited for the department?
It's just, for me personally, I get a huge sense of pride just the leadership team is doing with what we've done with succession planning and bringing people up, but also what they're doing to support our individuals. So I I think that it's a great time to be down at fire headquarters. You know, it's been great having the influx and the infusion of new life as well. We appreciate everybody that served. But in the words of Travi Time, we get better with one retirement at a time. So as we continue to get to bring new people in and they get to serve, it's cool to see their experience and their exposure and how they get great pride in helping our people so that they can serve the community.
I love it. That's great. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time updating us on Sioux Falls Fire Rescue.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Alyssa Lyons. I'm a firefighter paramedic from Station 6 with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. We're here today with the C-Shift senior medics working on our ALS skills. ALS is Advanced Life Support. We have over 20 medics with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue that are available to help get higher level of patient care to patients quickly. For about the last 7 years, Sioux Falls Fire Rescue has had paramedics on shift as part of our regular fire crews, and having that advanced life support capability is better for our patients and our community because we're able to get a higher level of care to these people faster. We've got our C-Shift medics here today training on difficult airway. We're specifically working on the skill of intubation, and we're talking a lot about decision making on what's best for specific patients, whether we're assisting them with ventilation and oxygenation or truly deciding to intubate them. This is information that's good for everybody, so we're able to bring this medic-specific training back to our crews. Every firefighter with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue is trained to the level of EMT. And then additionally, we have 20-some paramedics that are sprinkled throughout our crews in the city. And those paramedics are able to provide a higher level of care to our patients with advanced skills and medications.
We're here with Kyle Blakesley, fire and life safety educator for Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. And today we are working at Sioux Falls Christian as they put on a puppet show for a group of kindergartners. Kyle, how long have you been in this role as a life safety educator?
May will be 2 years as fire and life safety educator. So,
what are kind of your primary role and responsibilities?
yeah, just educating the elementary students on fire and life safety. We have a puppet show, and then we go all the way up to 4th grade for education, fire safety education. And we're dipping our toes in middle school this year, so trying to get the older kids as well.
Do you hit on topics just at the schools, or is there things you do outside of schools as well?
We do events outside the school as well, but during the school year is our main bread and butter. So we try to stay busy in the summer as well, educating, but we do a lot of it during the school year.
What are some of the topics you're going to be hitting on in the puppet show today?
We talk about crawling low in smoke, how it's important to, if you find a match or a lighter, to tell an adult, stop, drop, and roll, the classic. And then we also hit on bathwater safety and how you can get burned from other things, not only fire.
Do you do all the same topics from kindergartners all the way through 4th grade?
We change it up, but we build on our education as the kids grow older. So kindergarten is a very basic introduction from Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. They may have had the children may have had an introduction to fire safety previously, but this is our first lesson with the children. We talk about what I just said, and then 1st grade we talk about knowing your address and calling 911. Why do we call 911? 2nd grade we talk about home escape plans and the importance of that and having a meeting spot, and then we build on kindergarten and 1st grade lessons. 3rd grade we talk about we have a fire safety house, a fire safety trailer that we bring to the schools, and we fill it with smoke, and we talk about the importance of that meeting spot and escaping your house, crawling low through smoke, and the kids actually get to crawl through an interactive trailer that's filled with smoke, climb out a window, and go to their meeting spot. And then 4th grade, we talk about healthy eating and exercise and sleep and why that's important for firefighters, and it's important for 4th graders with growing bodies, and then just throw in fire safety tips as well that they've learned since kindergarten.
Why is this such an important piece for Sioux Falls Fire Rescue?
We're big on prevention for Sioux Falls Fire Rescue, and it's good for us because the children go back and educate their parents. So they'll be like, hey, we had a cool puppet show in kindergarten today, and we learned this, and you need to check your smoke alarms. Mom and Dad, when was the last time you checked those? So it has some checks and balances as well.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're here with Brandon Fye with Fire Prevention, and he is one of the puppeteers and one of the instructors with our puppet show. How long have you been working with the puppet show?
I've been doing it for 7 years.
7 years. How long has the puppet show been around for?
I think it's been over 25 plus years.
That's amazing.
So it's a very long running program that we've had in Sioux Falls, yeah.
What type of impact have you seen puppet show? Obviously, we're working with elementary school kids, but for 25 years, that's a lot of people y'all have hit. How have you seen that impact in the community?
I think the impact that we see is when we're out in public, whether we're doing a public event, we have people come up to us that are in their 20s and 30s that still remember the puppet show. So it's a core memory learning moment for the kids that are coming in here. We have a lot of fun with it, and a lot of things that we teach them, stop, drop, and roll. If you catch on fire, don't play with matches, don't play with lighters. That stuff really sticks with them.
Why do you think a puppet show has such impact compared to just being up front and talking?
I think it's teaching them from a different perspective, making it a little bit lighter, but also incorporating the seriousness of what could happen if you play with those things, and just teaching them from early get-go not to play with lighters, stop, drop, and roll, make sure the bath water is not too hot when you get in. And what we see happens is they take that home with them, with their family, and they share it with them. Funny story is we talk about smoke alarms in our program, and we had a little boy go home to their parents, and they didn't have any smoke alarms in their home, and they ended up getting smoke alarms installed from us, and they ended up having a fire in their house.
Oh, wow.
So the smoke alarms got them out, so it's super impactful. We'll never know how impactful it is, how many lives that we actually touch and save with this program, because we're keeping them safe.
That's amazing. The
Yep.
stories like that are really what make this.
Yes, absolutely.
We have a lot of puppets here. What is your favorite puppet to play?
I like Elvis. He likes to get in trouble. The kids love him. They're laughing with it. Elvis is one of my favorite puppets.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. We look forward
Yeah.
to seeing the puppet show.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can go to our website, siouxfalls.gov/fire. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Sioux Falls Fire.